Hello and welcome back. In this video we're going to be making a scrap wood cookbook stand due to the high lumber prices. Hopefully we can save some money with this. Picking through the old scrap bin, see what I got. I have a lot of old molding that I've never done anything with. Those pieces that you insist on saving thinking you'll do something with them. This time I actually did something with it. These couple pieces are from some molding, oak trim from around doors. And I insisted on saving them, thinking I would do something. And this seemed to be the perfect project. Those three back pieces line up great to create the back, and that other piece lines up to create a ledge. Starting this out at the joiner, getting a couple flat faces so I can glue them together. The faces being cut now were previously stained and polyurethaned, so I needed to take it down so I can glue them together. Same with this ledger piece, just cleaning up some of the spilled stain and polyurethane. Picking it up at the table saw here to clean up that other side to give us another glue surface. Because it's perfectly parallel to the joiner cut. Not much glue is needed for this as it's not structural, it's just has to hold up a book. Trying to get it as square as possible so I don't have any waste, or as little waste as possible, because this was cutting it tight with the scrap pieces that I had alone. Just wiping off the excess glue, which is really easy off the stain and polyurethane. Through the magic of television, pop the clamps off. Now cutting it down to length. Just trying to take as small of a cut as possible, once again to maximize the dimensions of the piece. Here I'm scribing a line where I'm going to dado in to create a spot for that ledge to rest, which the book will sit on. This can be done with the dado stack, but doing it at the table saw with a crosscut sled works just as well. Got to do a little bit more cuts, but it doesn't require any blade changes or anything like that. I always start by making it too small and then sneak up on the cut to get a perfect fit. And check for alignment and repeat that process, taking off a blades width or less every time until you get a perfect fit. So it's nice and flush on the backside. That shows what I'm going for there, that nice clean look. There's an appearance by Maze, the shop dog. Once I got to sanding, she didn't like that, so she ran away. And she stays close enough. This is just knocking off some of the old polyurethane and some spilled stain that went on the back, as the original intention of this piece was not, the back didn't matter. So I'm just cleaning it up and getting the bulk off so I can restain to match the front. Gluing that ledger on, same process, light glue, just enough to hold it in without much squeeze out, because that's just more glue to clean up. This is the next day, picking it up. Now I'm doing some layout to find out where the back piece will go that will flip open and down to hold the bookshelf up. This just kind of gives a visual of that. Trying to center in the piece and to get what makes sense That gives an idea what it's going to do with the hinge. Here I'm cutting that that same piece down to get to match the profile that was on the other side. There's only one with the original molding, so I copied that on the other side with the router. A little bit more layout here now that I'm getting closer with the piece I want. Marking some holes for those hinges. Pre-drilling, of course, so it doesn't break in that hard oak. This hinge was also a scrap from some other project as well. I ended up cleaning it up in the end, and it's a nice brass. There, somebody painted over it, and I waited till the end to clean it up. Jump into staining now. I matched the original color, which I did a few years ago. Just one coat of stain and a couple coats of polyurethane is all is needed to make it match perfectly. During the sanding process, you can be seeing that not every bit of that stain was taken off, and that's perfectly alright. As long as the polyurethane was removed, you can match the stain pretty well and nobody will ever see. After you get an even coat of this stain on, I come back through with a cleaner cloth and just wipe off the excess, just because any puddles or drips will take forever to dry. Here's the next day after the stain's dry. Come back through with some polyurethane, put a light coat on, and that matches the original finish that I put on several years ago. I just show one coat here for the interest of time, but in reality I put 2 or 3 on. Brushing out the coat gently reduces the chance of any bubbles forming, which could create a bad finish. Here's that cleaned up brass hinge from before after the paint was stripped off and it was lightly sanded. Installing it into place here. Coming back through with a clean cloth, just wiping off any dust or dirt, checking the finish over. Kind of shows the mechanics of it, how you set it up on its end like that. Now we get the beauty shot of the stand in its final home, doing the job it was designed for, holding up a cookbook. Thanks for watching.